Y'all already know what this is. First things first, God did this. Don't get mad with us. I'm your humble host, your man, your myth, your legend, Eric Knight. And we got the one man and the only man that is going to check you into the Heartbreak Hotel. That's the Heartbreak Prince himself. Man, look, this whole pay-per-view was straight up chills, okay? From the 0 hour to the main hour to the last hour. This was a banger, man. All in, yeah. Look, I told you, and I told everybody, today was the day I was saving Saturday for All In because I was legitimately all in. And man, everybody went absolutely crazy. Okay. You want to talk about aura. You want to talk about storyline. You want to talk about how good is this getting? Yeah, that was legitimately all in. Man, look, I ain't gonna lie. Few things. First thing, prayers to my man Adam Cole. I low key feel like I jinxed you, bro. I really do. I really feel like this one is on me 100%. I feel it because I wore, the OG Undisputed Era shirt. I'm thinking, yo, I'm representing for my man Adam Cole. Absolutely not. They say this man wasn't even medically cleared. I was so upset. That could have been on me. But we got a fatal four-way match out of that with Sammy Guevara, Dustin, Kyle Fletcher, and Daniel Garcia. Okay. Look, honestly, not gonna lie. I wanted to see Kyle Fletcher because it should have been Kyle Fletcher. But hey, I'm not mad. The fact that it was Dustin, it was good for Texas. Everything was going on. But the 0 hour, they was cooking. Okay, before that, they was cooking at the 0 hour, by the way. 2 8-man tag matches that was going on. It was insane. Okay. But that was the first match that we had, and they started off with this. Now, of course, when this man wins, crowd is just in tears, just so happy for Dustin. I am not mad at this at all. This was a good match, a great match. I do wish, again, it was Kyle Fletcher, but I'll take Dustin for now for the moment because I feel like that's what All In truly was. A good make-feel moment of a pay-per-view. And since everybody was a little hurting down from Adam Cole not being there, it was something to build the crowd up and build the spirits back up. So again, I loved it. The match was insane. The match was great. Heartbreak Prince, what are your thoughts, man? What you think?
Yeah, man, they had to hit a swerve on this. In the 0 hour, they kind of announced it right away, like that. It was a change of plans. I guess it was announced earlier. If you follow Tony Khan or whatever on social media, I guess he made some statement about it. But I caught it on the 0 hour, and it was kind of surprising because I was like, man, what does this mean for Adam Cole? And they gave him the opportunity to come out there, and the crowd for All In, top notch. They were into it. But I do think once Adam Cole came out and gave his speech, I think it took the wind out of the crowd just a little bit because it was kind of a shocking thing because the way he was talking, it almost sounds like it's not looking good for him to return back to the ring anytime soon. He said, I don't want to use the word retirement. And a lot of times, as athletes and sports, performers, they never want to think about the end or something possibly being the end. They always want to believe there's more that they can do. They can continue doing it. But whatever his body is telling him doesn't sound good. And so my prayers and thoughts are with Adam Cole, and I hope that he is able to get himself together and get back into the ring if that is his goal. It was very heartfelt. I mean, you can tell when he came out. When his music hit, just coming out, you could see he was already in his emotion. So you knew like once he got down to the ring, but he had the Undisputed Era with him, Kyle O'Reilly, and Strong,
Roderick Strong.
Roderick Strong. Thank you. Was there with him, which I was happy to see. He had his support there as well. But I mean, you had grown men in the crowd just in tears. They were panning
I was in
around, and
tears.
yeah, it was sad. It was a sad announcement.
Damn,
But
they
to
look
move
at me
on,
and asking me, was like, you okay? I said, look, let me tell you something. If you just get in where you fit in, we gonna be all right, you know.
All right, you keep on here.
I'm t-
but but yeah, what's today? But to get to the match, after he made his speech about being able to perform in the ring, he did say like he wanted to give a shout out to like the next group that's going to be fighting for the vacant championship, the group of four. And I thought the match was really good. They did a great job. I rate the match a B. And I did like like the match and thought that everybody did their thing. I didn't care for the outcome because I thought well, let me not say it that way, because I didn't care for the outcome until I saw the emotion that Dusty had. And then that kind of changed my mind, because it was like it's been a while since we've seen titles. And that's the thing I got out of tonight, where we've seen titles make such a difference in people's lives. Like I always remember how Shawn Michaels reacted when he first won the Intercontinental Championship. I mean, that's that iconic moment. And of like him kneeling over the championship with the tears and like
the boyhood dreams
the boyhood dreams has come true. Like that call, that moment. That's the stuff that I think about, like how championships, and that's the way I think championships or what championships should mean to wrestlers and be like and feel like to performers or wrestlers or whatever. And I think we got that with Dustin when they, he realized he won, and then they bought the belt and the tears, like he just couldn't get himself together. It was a great moment. But the reason I was just a little, just because I thought, well, this is Kyle Fletcher's opportunity. Like he was the number one contender.
Gotta be the
one.
in
the bag for him. He's got to be the one. And it didn't go that route, which is fine. We know Dusty's a Texas boy. So shout out to Dusty. I'm happy for him. I think he has 3 titles
too.
now.
They was out there too.
The Von Erichs were out there. That was the Von Erichs gave him the claw. They took him down in the zero.
I was good.
Hey, when I saw they had so Dusty had somebody in the claw. Sammy
and then Sammy and then the two Von Erichs.
The two Von Erichs.
And then
even
the OG Von
Daddy
Eric.
And all I could. Yep, that's what it was like. But it was good. That was good. But shout out to Dusty. Great match. Like I said, I'd give the match a B. I think it was a strong B.
Yeah, I agree, man. Definitely a strong B. Two of those gauntlet matches we gotta talk about before we move on. I think the first one we really gotta talk about. The first is the women's. Okay, Athena. Okay, look, DeWarren. Look what's happening. No, DeMarcus, that's who it was. DeMarcus.
DeMarcus.
Yeah. Remember all that stuff you were saying about Athena back then not being on TV? Well, look at her now, you minion. I told you.
DeMarcus, where's he at?
See, you don't see DeMarcus no more. We told DeMarcus that one time. Now he don't want to show no more. I'm telling you, because he knew what was going on. He knew we was telling him the truth. Look, Athena, I'm glad. This is interesting. By the way, she even killed him in the median scrum earlier. Yeah. I mean, honestly, this was a great pick. It made me, honestly, when this happened, I said to myself,
Tony's keeping it back.
Now, what if Toni Storm does lose the title? That was the first thing I thought about. Because I said, first of all, we already seen that, with Mercedes and Athena for that first round. I was like, we're going to get a rematch? And will the outcome be different? Because it's for the one. But it wasn't. But look, again, that was a banger. I was actually surprised it wasn't Willow, but I'm 100% for this, and I am 100% with this. Athena, that was the best pick we got for that one. I'm not mad about that at all. They had a banger with that. Heartbreak Prince, what are your thoughts, man? What you think?
Yes. I think the women killed it on this one. I definitely like the pick as well. Seeing that they went with Athena. I mean, I thought that was the best pick. Not like the women were killing it. Queen Amanana, every time I see her in the ring, I just she's just doing it for me. I love the first headbutt she gave, what it called the queen's crown. And then she did the off with her head up, man. I
No,
said, keep it,
she's got
keep
it.
it,
She's
yeah. Come on, Queen, keep it coming. But Athena, the Eclipse, man, I'm still just in awe. Like you know, because we've talked about this for many
for
years.
years.
When she was in NXT, how I loved, when she would do the Eclipse. It's still one of my favorite, finishers to watch and see. And so the match was coming down to the end, and my wife had walked in, and she was like, "Oh, the women are wrestling." And I was like, "Yeah." And I said, "Somebody's getting ready to get the Eclipse," and to see Athena give it and win it, man. Hey, I said, "This is a great pick here," but I also felt like immediately I said, I think the belt has to stay with Tony Storm on this because, if Athena's got the contract, it is not going to make no sense if Mercedes Moné wins the belt,
Yeah.
because if Athena challenges her, she's going to
It's
lose,
like, yeah. Can we
So,
just throw on a title back? Well,
yeah,
I
we just
don't
throwing
do that
title,
at
and we
AEW.
don't
So
do, yeah. So I said, I think this might be good for Timeless. But yeah, Athena, great pick. I give the women's gauntlet match a B plus.
yeah. Yeah, man. That was definitely a banger. I enjoyed it. I thought it was great. And then, of course, the men's gauntlet match, which again, we told y'all this was going to happen. We told y'all MJF,
Yeah,
okay? Okay? He's better than you, and you know
you
it.
know it.
Look, we told y'all, man. If this man declared he was going to win it, man, that man is not a false prophet when it comes to these things, okay? I, I being one of those main people that said, look, MJF, you got this, bro. I didn't have
Yeah,
no other doubt in my mind it's gonna be anybody else. And
yeah.
I'm just glad that he got it. And now this makes Adam Page's title reign gonna be even more interesting because the fact that this man can do it whenever he wants
You
to.
want? Yeah. He's gonna pick the right time.
Oh
He's
yeah.
MJF.
Oh yeah. Come on now. And now, since we talk about MJF, you know what he's part of, because we gotta talk about this match. You want to
Nah,
talk about getting hurt.
hurt.
You want to talk about
Talking
getting
about
just ran through pause. You want to talk about getting slammed, thrown, and just slammed again. Man, this match was crazy. And talk about the twist at the end, and we're gonna talk about this. I
yes.
mean, to everything that was going on. First of all, okay, with my man Westside Gun and Smoke Dizza coming out to perform the song, we break rules, we break necks, we
Mm-hmm.
break come on, man. I was like, man, come on, this is greatness here. Then they even had MVP rapping his verse. I
Yeah.
said, man, this is crazy. It's just like, man, this is gold right here. I mean, but this match in general was a banger. I mean, 10 out of 10. Okay. The spots was, I mean, there was so much. I was telling Drew on the phone earlier before we got on. I said, there's so much that happened tonight. I couldn't even process
Yeah.
everything in my hand as to what was going on. I said, man, from the last match to this match that we're talking about here, there's still so much that happened within that amount of time. And I mean, this was another great one, man. I honestly, I ain't gonna lie. There was a point to where I thought Nick Wayne and Christian Cage had that. I really did. I really did. There was a point when MVP came and stopped the count. I said, "See, there you go. Now you're doing your job." I still didn't see MJF for a little bit. I swear this man disappeared again. And I swear I could not find him. I said, yo, where's MVP? I said, you know what? It's cool. MVP's out there. He's doing his job. That's good enough for now. But yeah, man, I mean, this was a banger of a match. I loved everything about it. To be honest, they didn't even sell the injury. They didn't sell, they wasn't hurt at all. Nah, because they was 100% so they can hurt other people. And that's what
They
these boys
they
did.
hurt people.
They hurt people. The Hurt Syndicate, man, they pulled it off. Bang of a match. Heartbreak Prince. What are your thoughts, man? What you think?
Man, only thing I can think is, and the hurt keeps hurting on and on. They killed it, man. Hey, I loved it. I loved it. I love to see Shelton Benjamin and Bobby Lashley just do their thing, man. I really do. The Hurt Syndicate, they have booked them and built them really well. Of course, I thought if anybody had a shot, it might be the Patriarchy. especially when FTR was out there, because I'm like, oh, they're gonna play a role in this. I said,
Yeah.
I hope they don't. I hope they don't find a way to screw the Hurt Syndicate out of these titles tonight.
That's what I was thinking too.
And it looked like toward the end it was getting ready to happen, but they overcame it. And yeah, man, it worked out. It was a great match. I give this match an A. I thought, I just thought the spots, everything was great. And then, the ending to this match and what happened, or I should say what happened after the ending of this match just was like insane.
Insane.
I'll let you tell it, but because I don't want to steal your thunder on it, but it was great. It was great to watch.
No, it was crazy. And that was a shocker. You want to talk about moments that you want to hold for the pay-per-view to make a moment? And I said, man, like, what they're doing, creating all in moments. That what happened with Nick Wayne turning on Christian Cage. Okay.
The father.
And I thought that was cool. I thought, hey, you're not throwing the title on the floor. You're not smacking them in the face. You're not embarrassing them. Or you showing them love. You showing them care. This is something different from the patriarch. And all of a sudden, when you think everything's comfortable, everything's cool. Yeah, that's right. Nick Wayne just came right from the money and just got, and then the mom just laughing.
Yeah, just laughing.
I'm like, yo, and Kip. He just took off. I mean, I was like, okay. Everybody just taking off. I said, man, this is crazy. Yeah. I mean, this again, insane. And then who comes out? Freaking Cope. Come on. I will say, and I say clearly, and the sky through my, insane. I said, first of all, you took your damnedest time, Cope, to get out there.
Bruh.
And everything. I said, you serious? Chris is over here getting stomped out, and you worried about some pyro.
Yeah.
I had to run to the ring, boy. I said, yo, this is crazy.
Crazy work.
Oh, man. You use all this now? Look, Jeff?
Yeah.
Jeff did it. Jay did it. Oh.
Yeah.
Now you doing it, Edge. Okay, cool. Cope. Insane.
Yeah, he walked. My man walked from each side of the stage.
He said, yo.
Wow. They're getting beat down. Yeah.
I'm like, are you kidding me? I said, yo, get in the ring.
Get in the ring.
You do that after you get your friend up.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, see.
It was that about
the adrenaline.
Yeah.
No. No, that's not it. That's not you.
Yeah, no.
Get your ass out there.
Get in the ring.
Help Christian.
He's been destroyed. Yeah, FTR, like, all of them were on him. It was crazy. It was crazy work because you just did see it coming. And, and the funny thing is, Christian's trying to get everybody out the ring. And when Wayne grabbed him and put him in that DDT like move, man, I said, what we had here?
Whoa. I said, no. I said, not the Patriot.
The double cross? Or is this a triple cross? Because the mom is in there laughing.
Yeah, I'm like, she was laughing. I said,
watching this happen. I'm like, he's beating the father. Like, what is happening? But
and even FTR, I thought he was joining FTR.
I thought he was going to join FTR too.
But then they were just looking confused too. I said, so this is just this is Nick just being Nick.
Yeah. And then Cope, tells Cage, you need to find yourself or whatever. And I'm like, all right, so what does this mean? Like, what's gonna happen?
Go find yourself.
Is he not gonna be the father anymore? Like, I really love him as the father. Like, that is his thing. But could this be a tag team brewing in the future between Cage and Cope? I think that's where they're getting ready to go with it, which is I guess that's the next group, if not FTR, that's going to try to go after the Hurt Syndicate.
I need Christian to be himself. I need Christian to be back to the page. I need you to be just that maybe not as disrespectful if he's going to make that change.
Yeah.
No, I'm lying. I still need him to be. He just has to be him. He got to be him. He's got to stay him. Yeah. And just like Ed's just probably just sit and just laugh or something. That's
Yeah.
fine. That's
Yeah.
fine. Yeah. But we got to keep. I mean, my heart is still pumping from this. This is
Yeah.
insane. We
Yeah.
got to talk about this next match, man. This was a banger because when we talk about some of the greatest of all time, you know who
Mm.
we talking about. We're talking about the Bucks. Stop playing with these two right here. Stop playing like these men ain't been doing it. And the way how this whole match was, the first thing I said was, I'll tell you right now, the best ones to put this match together was the two men that's on your left right there. You screen. The Bucks.
Mm.
Stop playing like these men can't give you a perfect tag team classic every time. Let them choreograph a match on WWE. I bet you it'd be a classic.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, I tell you, it wouldn't work. They water it down. But that's not what we're talking about here. What we're talking about is the greatest tag team of all time losing the EVP titles to Will Ospreay. It's Swerve. So, by the way, entrance was crazy. Everybody's entrance was insane.
Yeah.
I'll tell you. All In is their big show. That's their biggest show of the year, and it shows. The story they put in, the amount of work they put in, from how they do their entrances. Yeah. Some of y'all would say this is a WrestleMania type. Yes, it is. And it felt like it.
Yeah.
It felt magical. Everything about this night felt magical. Everything that happened. The story was told. We had our road. The road was told last year. It was already set and paved for this greatness that we have seen tonight. Okay, we want to talk about stuff that happened last year. Let's talk about the stuff that happened this year. The numbers went up. The matches went up. The cards went up. The overall went up. They were not playing this year. I'm telling you right now, anybody that paid $50 on Prime, YouTube, pay-per-view.com, whatever you paid your thing, even if you seen it for free, I don't know if I'd have seen it for free, I'd have felt criminal. Because I'd have felt like I needed to pay for this classic. If you paid $50, you know damn well you got your money's worth tonight. I used to be like, man, I wish that pay-per-views on Max. I see why. They not on there. People don't deserve this yet. People don't need to deserve to see this for free or to see this for a monthly streaming service. Yeah, we can see the other stuff on the monthly service. That's fine. Something like this is a true premium live event. What we just seen tonight started at 3, ended at 8:55. Still had time to go to the store. Still had time to go get some gas real quick. I still had time to go pick up dinner. You can do that now if you watch it on the other side. Oh, no, you still got to be at the house. You still got to be watching on your screen. Because by the time everything else is done, so is the day. Nah, not tonight. This was great. They timed this right. And it's crazy. I was talking to Drew early. He's on the West Coast. He said, yo, this is crazy for me. If you ended at 6 o'clock, I still got all night. I said, man, that's crazy. You can do whatever you want after that. Talk about a perfect Saturday. You start your day off, you start your morning off with All In Texas. And you still got the rest of the evening to still have a great and wonderful day. That's what today was. Great Prince, what are your thoughts, man? What you think? I know I didn't say nothing about this match here, but
it's good. It's all good.
All
the passion is there. The fire is there.
It's there.
I have to say, hands down, this was the match of the night. This has a perfect score for me. It's an A+. There is no blemish on this match whatsoever. These men here delivered on levels that were just like you couldn't comprehend. The performance they gave, the match was just, it was impeccable. And I mean, I just wish, yeah, like if you didn't see it, I wish you did. Like
Come on
I just wish anybody that's a wrestling fan and just let's say and if you tag team, just sit and watch this match. It delivers on so many different levels. It's insane. The amount of spots they had a couple of spots in there, especially the one where they were going like blow for blow with like one delivers a super kick, what the other one delivers a
So
hidden
Will.
blade, the other one delivers the circuit, the other one
Oh
delivers
my God.
man, and it was just going back and forth, and they were just on cue, like on spot, like no error, no, like, oh, I'm gonna wait for you to hit your move. Like it was just boom, 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 and you were just trying to keep up. It was insane. And then toward the end, where they had Will Ospreay set up in the
On the
ropes,
rope.
and they were just super kicking his face off, just taking turns on each cheek, just super kick, super kick, super kick, super kick, super kick, super kick, and then what's the name? Swerve crawls over and just like I need to stop him. And then he just gets super kick. I mean, and then they go into like just it was just insane. I mean, that was a 100% A plus A1 banger. Even down to the finish, which was a shocker because we picked EVPs, both of us. I'm like, hey, EVPs got this. They've been a tag team for forever. Will Ospreay kicked out of so many finishers. It was unreal. They gave him the EVP trigger multiple times.
Talking about Power Ranger. Yeah.
He's Tommy, the best one you got. But yeah, I mean, it was, man, that match was just so awesome. And it's like, this is the stuff that we're talking about when we say the Bucks are the best tag team. It's just the way they work, man. I just can't. It's like you can't put it into words. You have to see it to believe it. And then for Will Ospreay and Swerve, as I said, the talents that they are, the athletes that they are, and the way they perform and held their own with the Bucks in just a chef's kiss. Just loved it, man. Loved it. And like I said, the finish, Swerve, Will Ospreay, our new EVPs. That was a great. I mean, it was everything. It was just right. I mean, It was just right. The match of the night by far. Like none of the other matches. They're just not in the same level. That's the S tier, and now we'll drop down to like everything else is A and down. Like that was the only S tier. And I hate to say it that way because there were a couple more matches that rivaled it, but that match was just impeccable.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Again, we told y'all, man, when it comes to the Bucks, there's nothing ever shy of greatness from those two.
Yeah.
That was a phenomenal match. Again, one of my favorites as well.
Man, the way they came in, I forgot to mention that too.
Oh, come on now.
Their entrances were all four of their entrances phenomenal. You had Will Ospreay with the Assassin's Creed whole get up and the way they came out playing the music, the Assassin's Creed people leaping off of the thing. Yeah, it insane.
Then Swerve coming out to his old
song. You know, can't nobody.
I said, what? And I was like, is that JoJo?
Can't nobody. It was, man, I was in here bobbing. Make me feel this way.
I said,
oh, hey.
I said, this is crazy.
It was insane. And then the EVPs come out and they do that thing. And then all of a sudden they just kind of like walk over to the side, make a face, walk over to the side. And next thing you know, they're in Founding Father attire on a boat that's traveling through the crowd as somebody is reading a dossier about written in like old English about how great they are and how they found it. It was insane. I mean, every part of this, it was a spectacle. And like you said, you can just tell this is their WrestleMania. All in is like it's their biggest. They put so much production and production value into this.
Yeah,
and it was amazing. That match, that's the best match by far. Like I just can't say it enough. If you get yes, it told a story. If you get a chance, you have to see it.
Yeah, man. Because that again, banger. Okay, I think everything about tonight was just them showing the new era of what AEW is about to be. And I love it, man. I love it. So let's go ahead and talk about this next match. Because
Yeah.
this one, I really didn't expect it, but I was a little worried. Shameless, Tony Storm, and Mercedes Monet, the CEO. Honestly, this one had me on the edge of my seat. Okay. One of my favorite spots I've seen was Thomas Tony Storm getting up on top of Luther and grabbing Mercedes Monet and running with Luther and Mercedes both and tossing Mercedes off the apron. I thought
Yeah.
that was hilarious. But I mean, I don't know how many apologizes she gave this woman Mercedes, and she kept kicking out, kept
Yeah.
kicking out. I mean, the story,
Yeah.
the drama.
Yeah.
Okay, this again. I'm happy that it happened either way, but I know the people were even more happy because you heard how they popped. More haters were like, "Oh my God, thank God Mercedes didn't get number 7." But now I wonder, since she has lost this, how much more will Mercedes Monet start to lose? And if so, will she start losing those titles like we speculated before? Prince, what are your thoughts, man? What you think?
So this is the match I looked forward to all night, all day for that matter. And I enjoyed it. I thought the match was good. I give it a B plus. It's a B plus match. I thought it started off a little slow. But when it picked up toward that middle part, and then she started delivering the like multiple Storm Zeros, like Storm Zero rollover into another Storm Zero rollover into another Storm Zero. Like, yeah. And Mercedes still was kicking out. I mean, the ladies, they started throwing down. And then the Storm Zero that she had to give her to finish her off the ropes, that was just phenomenal. Yeah, I love this. The entrance, man, that was insane as well with Mercedes Monet. She came riding on the car, but she had the cheerleaders out there. All the cheerleaders, like 6 of the cheerleaders, had on a
Yo,
title.
yeah.
They had on a
Had
title.
the belt. I said, yo,
She,
come on. This is
she had
great.
on a long robe of every victim she has claimed. Like it was just a bunch of
I
names that
see
she
Nyla
has beaten
Rose.
in
I
her
said,
time.
damn, I haven't seen her in
Yeah,
a minute.
and she walked down. Just again, the presentation phenomenal. Tony Storm, the way she comes out, just the presentation phenomenal. Like I said, the match, great work by these ladies. Definitely enjoyed it. Like I said, I just thought I thought these ladies tore the house down toward that middle to end section of this match. Like I said, the beginning was just a little too slow for me, but when they heated up, they got going, and I mean, I just I'm glad that Tony Storm still has the AEW World Championship. Nothing against my girl Mercedes. I love Mercedes, but I just wanted to see Tony retain and just run a little bit longer with this. It's just because it's just my girl, and to see her win, I love the little mockery of the two of them. Like timeless Tony Storm does a move to Mercedes Monet and then does her little dance, and then Mercedes Monet gets hers in on Tony, and then she lays on the ring and starts like wallowing around. Like great. I give that match a good B plus. I thought the ladies did a great job. But like I said, after watching that EVP match, it was just hard for anybody else to like really take that
I
to
feel
top that.
that.
That match was phenomenal. But there's another match that came very close.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And of course, the next match we got to talk about is the wrestling god himself, Kenny Omega and the Rainmaker Okada. Look, this was interesting because what about Okada? What about Kenny Omega? Look, I'm not going to. Don Callis cracks me up on the commentary on everything, man. I said, man, we got to get this guy Don Callis out of here. He's out there just saying whatever he wants to say on the commentary. He's like, yeah, I can't wait to see Okada get this. I said, man, this is insane. Get this guy out of here. I love him, though. I love him. Still got the scar, selling the scar, interfered multiple times for Okada. Even Even the time I think Omega was out, he ran, took off the headset. Oh, excuse me, give me a second.
Yeah.
Like these little punk, like
Yeah.
these little soft hits. I said, "Oh
Yeah.
my god!" And he was like, what's going on?" I said, "Oh my god, Don, get out of here!"
Yeah.
But I think, but yeah, man, it was a great match. Overall, people are gonna say Kenny got robbed. Hey, I get it. Yeah, he did, man. He did. My man Kenny got robbed. I mean, yeah, but it was a great match overall. At one point, I thought it was a little slow for a second, but I said, "Nah, this is good." After kind of thinking about it, of course, talking to my man Drew, he was like, "Yo, you got to think about it. Kenny got to work a little bit differently. He's got that testicular, that thing.
Diverticulitis. Yep.
Yeah, he got that. So
Yep.
it's like, he can't work and do all the same things he used to do." I was like, "Yo, you're right." I said, but overall, Kenny's still the wrestling guy, still did his thing. Thought it was an A+ match. Didn't disappoint. Again, the fact that now it's showing Okada got 3 titles because now Don Callis was holding all 3 at the media scrum. I said, okay, with this, I don't care. Hey, if y'all want to just keep having these people that have multiple belts, let's go for it. Dustin got it, Mercedes got it, and now Okada's got it. So let's just keep on running with it. Heartbreak Prince, what are your thoughts, man? What you think?
A+. A+. They killed it. Very good match, and the back and forth. Oh my gosh, the nail biters of the 1-2-3s at the last minute kickouts. They were doing their thing. The wrestling god, like you said, it took him a second. I do agree with Drew. It took him just a second to get going, but once he got going, I mean, I'm talking the one-winged angel, all the V triggers. Man, he landed so many V triggers on Okada, and I just could not believe it was all because of Don Callis. Like, he just kept getting involved. Like, he had him. He hit the one-winged angel on him, had him, and then he yanks the referee out of the ring and then give him a stiff stomp.
I said,
I said, Don Callis, man, he's diabolical on so many levels. I said, oh my gosh. I said, well, he didn't get what he wanted with Kyle Fletcher, and so now he's going to get what he wanted with Okada. And he did, and Okada he hung in there and delivered the Rainmaker. He delivered a couple of Rainmakers because Kenny Omega kicked out a couple of times. Them boys were throwing down. They did a phenomenal job. It was a great match. Like I said, I have to give Kenny Omega his credit there to come back from the illness that he had, to be in the shape that he was in, and to carry out the performance that he did. Phenomenal. I mean, he is the wrestling god for a reason. That's why they call him that. And he kind of showed it. Okada, we know we're getting from Okada. Like, them two together, they just have great chemistry. The work was great. Like I said, just a phenomenal match. And it delivered. And the only problem was, it's not even a problem, but the only thing about it was the outcome. I wanted to see the wrestling god be the first unified champion, but it was Okada, and so that's fine too.
Don Callis.
Because of Don Callis. I mean, that he just diabolical in so many ways, but it worked, man. It worked, and I like Okada at the end. He's holding up the unified title and he's walking around like smiling, like as what's his name is helping Okada, like he limped back to the back to the back room. I said, oh, he's rubbing it in. I said, oh man. But you could tell Omega left everything out there, man. He did a phenomenal job. The fact that he picked Okada up 3 different times for that one-winged angel, and to deliver that move. And Okada's a big boy, so yeah, it was good, man. It was cool.
Really was, man. Banger of a match, and his entrance was tough too. I think he had somebody from Final Fantasy.
Yes. I had to pop it in like into our group chat. I'm like, yo, is this the Final Fantasy theme like being played? Like it was, like it was a mix with it though. Like, this guy singing on, he's not, but man, it was fire. I mean, his entrance had fire. It really was.
That's the thing, man. Like, even everybody's entrances was just
phenomenal with the Omega's horns, and they lit it in power.
Yeah.
Man, it was man. The Omega symbol, I should say, it was fire, man. They killed it. The entrances for these for tonight for these wrestlers, Just phenomenal.
Killed it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I kept saying, I said, man, this was such a dope. I kept saying this, and then it was just like, it was another better entrance after
Yes. After that,
that.
like this is the best entrance. And another one comes. This
Man,
this is the best entrance.
no, this is definitely the best entrance now.
Yeah.
Too bad. No, this is the
Nah,
best.
this is the best one.
Man, they over delivered on so many levels, man. And yeah, this was a great match. And like, funny thing is though, at the media scrum, I said, well, what the hell happened to Don Callis' scar? It's missing. That scar. I knew something was suspicious about that scar. It ain't real.
Yeah.
It ain't real. It ain't real. I said he's wiping the scar away. Oh man. Speaking of scars, we got we got to talk about this death match. This meal. You want to talk about blood? The first 3 minutes of the match, and I'm legitimately not joking. The first 3 minutes of the match immediately had blood.
It was insane.
Like when you got John Moxley out here pulling out a kitchen table fork.
Yes.
Just a fork that should be at the house, damn near in the dishwasher. You got this man pulling out a fork out of his pocket, ready to stab. And then you got Adam Page with the fork, ready to just stab John Moxley in the head. Yeah, y'all were sick. This was sick. There was so much violence, so much gore, so much carnage that happened in this. I mean, this was just insane. Yo, come on. Again, first 3 minutes, stabbing in the head with a fork. I said, my God. I was like, oh, God. Oh. First 3 minutes. Now, again, if you're used to seeing this stuff, go ahead. Okay? Now, I'm used to seeing crazy stuff. Lucha Underground. You've seen Lucha. You've seen some wild stuff. You've seen ECW. Seen some wild stuff. Hell, there's some other online wrestling promotions that aren't really promoted, mainly because they're so very violent. And I've seen some of those on Instagram, and those are pretty bad. This one was up there with them. Okay? I mean, immediate. To the head. I said, oh my God. Please. Oh. Then the
blood was squirting out his head and everything.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. Then that was horrible. Then the broken glass on the mat. John Moxley just drags out of Page's back. I said, oh my God.
Yeah.
What is wrong with y'all? I mean, first when I seen the glass and he dropped it, I said, whoa, hold up. This looks a little thick. Then he starts stomping on the glass. I said, oh my God, John, please. How much more dangerous are you trying to take this? Then you put him on the glass. You drag him on the glass. Then you give him barbed wire. You're using a barbed wire to choke him. Like, my God. They told y'all this was going to be a death match. And it really was. I mean, again, then the freaking, what is it? The barbed wire steel chair. Threw that on the floor. And dropped him. I said, oh, God. He can't get enough of this. The bloodlust. Then the barbed wire tables. Speaking of table, hey, by the way, for you people that had that little fake hate, the little fake rage for, Marina Shafir getting buckshot lariat, guess what? They took it up a whole nother notch because they put him through a table. He put him through the table, and he did it with pride. And she took it with pride. Shout out to you, Marina Shafir, to let them know, oh, y'all was mad about a buckshot. Watch and wait till they see this.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
Nothing. That was insane. Then when I love how they did with the match, at one point I thought, damn, John Moxley might have this one. But this was good. This was good because you had your AEW originals popping up and showing out and helping Heyman Adam Page. Okay, we seen Darby Allin drop from the bottom. I said, my God, who is this? Sting? Sting? Might as well be your dad. You're doing stuff like him. I said, okay, Darby, I see what you're doing out here. I said, man, we got Darby. Then all of a sudden, Will Ospreay come out. Oh, I ain't gonna lie, they did him dirty. They did him the same way that they did Samoa Joe after that trios match. Put his head through a chair. Step on. I said, my God, y'all are sick. Put him down. I said, well, bye-bye, Will. It is what it is.
Well, see you later.
Love, Will. We'll see Tommy later on. The White Ranger Tommy's gone. We're going to see the Green Ranger Tommy coming back. I promise you. Then all of a sudden, I said, man, this can't get any. I said, well, who the hell do they got now to help? I said, at this point, they maxed everybody else out. Here comes the Bucks. Bucks, I said, well, come on, Swerve. Swerve got to be coming out somehow. Swerve comes out, and this was poetic. Poetic. Why? Because he brought that chain with him. The same chain he gave to Adam the other night on Collision. And we told y'all this was going to be something that's going to play a part. And look what happened. This was so poetic. I said, man, they're telling this story.
Mm-hmm.
Swerve beating everybody with the chain, beating the Bucks. Then he passes the chain to Moxley. Finishes the job, gets the job done. Adam Page wins the AEW World Champion. Now, I said to myself, oh, wow. Oh, funny thing, Prince Nana, by the way, okay, locking up Marina Shafir's arm. I said, this is classic right here. This is classic good stuff right here. This was literally saying this man, Adam Page, story was about to be finished.
Yep.
And it was. But the funny thing is, man, I said, man, if there ain't gonna be no title in this briefcase, this is about to be the funniest thing ever. There ain't no way. Ain't no way I've seen the title. And it was. And it was crazy. Bryan Danielson's plates were still on the title. That's what was crazy.
Yep.
That's how long that man didn't even take the title out of the briefcase to put his own plates in there. Like, yo. That man had that title for 273 days with another man's plates on him. That man's sick. Crazy. You mean to tell me this man wasn't proving a point? Yeah, right. Say anything else, that's blasphemy. What are your thoughts, man? What you think?
I gotta correct the statement I made earlier. I've changed my mind. Because I was gonna give this match a strong A, like just below S tier, like just barely, but I have to put it in S tier. I think it was 2 S tier matches of the night. I still think the Bucks and Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland is the higher S, but the match that Jon Moxley, the man with no aura, and Adam Page delivered. As we said, this is right up Jon Moxley's alley right here. This is up his alley. The whole death match, the pain, just, putting his body through torture. This is up his alley. So that you knew that he was going to deliver. And we've said before, Adam Hangman Page has a little bit of that daring wrestling style in him as well. We've seen it. And tonight he matched Moxley in that style, that just chaotic, painful style. And it was a phenomenal match. These men put their body through hell to deliver for the fans. And it was insane. Like you said, at the 3 minutes into the match, Moxley is busted open by stabs from a table fork, from a fork to the head. To the point that I think he even had a piece of meat like hanging up off the top of it, on top of his head. Then they brought out this bed of like nail spikes that was like into a board.
Oh my God.
And they did work on that. And then he did the buckshot lariat to Moxley to clothesline him right onto it to finish him. Like, I just think about all the crazy, insane spots. the spot with the onto the barbed wire tables that was out there. He did the slam to Marina Shafir from off the from the ring onto the tables outside the ring to put her down. It was just the barbed wire like around the face, around the forehead. He was about to wrap it around. Moxley was about to wrap it around Adam Hangman Page's mouth at one point. It was just insane, the stuff that these guys were doing and the stuff that they were putting their bodies through. I mean, and the ref had to count to do the 10 count so many times that Adam Hangman Page got up every time at 9.5. I mean, he kept doing it. Man, he was struggling. And one time his hair was all connected to the barbed wire. He was trying to get up. I mean, it was these men, I commend them because it takes a different type of person to know you're going to be putting your body through that type of stuff, and to just be cool with it. Just hey, yeah, we gonna do this. And then even to the point that the Death Riders got involved, which was crazy. They start running out, getting involved. And that's like, all right, this isn't looking good for Hangman Page, because then the Bucks came out, and when the Bucks came out, you thought they were going to actually help Adam Hangman. I'm like, oh, we talked about this. Maybe they are going to have a change of heart and help Adam. Nope. Super kick.
Hell no.
But the cool thing was when the camera cuts, because they bring out the plastic bag, and I'm like, murder. We get ready to witness murder. And they got the plastic bag, and they get ready to put it on Hangman, and then you see the camera change, and you see somebody in the mountains. I'm like, who the hell is this in the mountains? And why did they airdropping from somewhere? Are they in the mountains, or are they falling from the sky? Like, I couldn't tell what was going on. They were like, Moxley, I'm here to take everything from you. And I'm like, who are you?
Who is this?
And then out of nowhere,
bring Americano to stuff.
Yes. And I said, Daniel Bryan is in the ring, and then of course you realize it's him once he hits the kick, and then all of a sudden he takes the mask off and he starts doing the kicks, and then the camera pans up and you see somebody dropping from the ceiling. I'm like, is that Darby Allin? Is he hanging up there? Man, Darby comes in. I'm like, oh snap! It got insane, and then even after that, so Will Ospreay, he runs out, catches a beat down, gets carted on out, but it was insane. And then when Moxley was like, Moxley put a finisher on him multiple times and put Adam Hangman Page down. But when he told Marina Shafir, get the briefcase, they want to see the title, bring the briefcase.
Yeah,
Marina
that's
Shafir goes and reach under the table.
This might be a turn right here.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, so what are we getting ready to get now? What's about to happen? And she reaches under the table and she gets up with the briefcase and gets ready to walk off. And you just see this chain like attached to her arm. And I'm like, what is going on here? I'm like, is that Swerve holding the chain under the table? And then Prince Nana rolls out, and then you realize she's handcuffed. And he starts doing his Swerve. I said, no, this is dope. And so, next thing you know, the camera pans, Swerve is there, and he's got the chain, still from that Hangman dropped off to him in Collision. I said, this is so dope. The storytelling that they're doing right now is so dope on so many levels. And we talked about this earlier in the preview about the chance that the Bucks would interfere, which they did, just not in the way we thought. They actually did continue to go against Adam Hangman Page. But the story about Swerve and Adam Hangman Page and Swerve coming in to do right this time and help Adam Hangman Page overcome this, because he was the deciding factor in this match. Hands down. Gets the chain, gets it to Adam Hangman Page. Adam Hangman Page, beats Moxley with the chain, wraps it around the neck, tosses him over the ropes, and it was just crazy poetic, man. And he's dangling from the chain, and then when you see Moxley tap, he was dangling from the chain for a minute. He's like, I'm out. I said, yeah. Hey, just phenomenal. Just a great match. And then he gets the briefcase, the pop, and then he's unlocking the briefcase with the key. And I'm like, oh, the title ain't in there. That briefcase was beat down. Like, it was like, I didn't think he could get it open because it was all broken in different ways or whatever. But he did.
Taped up and everything. But he got it open, and the goal was sitting in there, man. I just said, this is dope. Like,
The way they
That
put this
moment.
whole story together, that moment, the emotion that Adam Hangman Page showed, again, like you could just feel how important this title, this moment was to him. Just like it was to Dusty, earlier in that night. And it was like, this is what it should feel like when you're crowning a new champion. Somebody that has had to fight, claw, put their body on the line, bleed, just broken, busted up, blood everywhere, just it was insane. And the crowd pop just really sent it over. And yeah, I gotta give it to them. Great. I don't know what this means for the Death Riders going forward. I'm interested to see that. But Adam Hangman Page and Moxley definitely put on the show. And Moxley, he may not have aura in regular typical wrestling matches, but if you want to put him in something chaotic, that's when his aura shines. And it's unlike anything else. Like the stuff that he's willing to put his body through is just, it's ridiculous, and he does it, and just great. I got to give it. It's an S tier. It's not top. It's not topping. Still not topping the Bucks swerve. That whole thing. That is unblemished. But it's there. It's in the S tier with it.
Yeah, definitely, man. The magic was there the whole night. Again, all in Texas. Y'all did your thing. AEW, you guys delivered, over-delivered. You showed what it was when you stay in your lane and do what you want to do and what you were supposed to do, and you stuck with it. And you showed what it was like when you ain't got to have the thing. Yeah, we're just trying to compete. Nah. Y'all are just trying to show what the best show could be, and you gave us that. And we thank you again, Tony Khan. You did your thing, TK.
Yeah. Shout out to everybody. I mean, the whole production for AEW. I mean, from Tony Khan to backstage, I don't know everything that goes into the whole production, but everybody involved. I mean, I'm talking cameramen, writers, I'm talking wrestlers. This show was just phenomenal. They did a great job, and the performances these wrestlers gave, even down to the entrances, where the people that came out and did the entrances, we saw multiple people come out and perform music. Adam Hangman Page had the lady that could whistle like crazy. Like I could. I'm like, what in the world am I watching here? Like, I'm like, I
play Red Dead too.
Man, me too. And I was like, is somebody on a keyboard, or is she literally whistling like this, like with her just, and was on point? I said, this is talent here, man. Like they killed it. They really did. They had the whole thing of him standing out in the sun with the sunset, and then he goes into the barn, and he looks at the camera.
He was coming in there with a horse. If he'd have came
on a horse,
man, come on, Adam, that's you.
Yeah, they killed it, man. They really did. They really did. Moxie came in on that monstrous truck. I mean, yeah,
but I mean, everybody really showed like, this is our big spectacle of the year, and you guys definitely over-delivered. I'm watching Dynamite this week for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're always watching it. At this point, I don't know why people are not locked in now. At this point, I think they're on such a high. They just got to keep that ball rolling. I think they don't feel like they have, this is just something they're just doing to do. I feel like it seems like they really got a plan.
Yeah.
So I'm loving what they're doing. Great stuff. Great stuff.
Absolutely.
Man. But as always, please make sure y'all follow all of our social medias. Y'all already know I tell you this all the time. Facebook, we on that. X, we on that. Instagram, we on that. TikTok, we on that as well. And we always appreciate the love and the support y'all keep giving us. And we always tell y'all, like, subscribe, comment. And because you know why, we're going to give you that content the exclusive way. Come on, man. Y'all know this already. I told y'all. Thank you. Oh, man. But as always, I'm your humble host, your man, your myth, your legend, Eric Knight. We had the one man and the only man that can check you into the Heartbreak Hotel. That's the Heartbreak Prince himself. Because we are the exclusive Knights, and we always ensure that we are the best there is,
the best there was,
and the best that ever will be. And to ensure that your nights will never be the same.
And if you ain't down with that, we got 2 words for you. Thank you.
Thank you.
God.